Space Oddity was a number which you've presented on stage in many ways.
Yeah.
One that I particularly recall was during your Diamond Dogs tour when you were suspended over the audience by crane. Do you remember that
Yes, I
experience?
remember it very well. Well, the idea was, the Diamond Dog tour consisted of a series of buildings spaced somewhat on the buildings in the Fritz Lang movie Metropolis, and sort of gaping mouths for windows. It sort of had that dark, ominous look. And the guy who was doing Space Oddity was occupied in a typist or secretary's egg chair, one of those great white egg chairs that were sort of fashionable in the 60s. And he sat in that, in the top window of the building, it was me, with a telephone. And at some point during the song, as it was on a cherry picker, the entire chair came out of the window and hovered over the audience, about 8 rows out. Which is okay, but when those things go wrong, and you get to the end of the song, and you're just stuck out there, and it won't go back again, and you end up doing 2 or 3 songs out there until they can get the machinery working to get it back in again. It was horrible.
Can you think of how you're going to present Space Oddity this time?
This time around, I think this is probably one of the more simple shows that I've... What we're trying to do is we're working with a new system of interactive video, which should, I think, might be quite startling if it's... We see the effects of it next week. We're going into experimental stage with it to see how our ideas came off. That's the only theatric side of what we're doing, I think. It's probably the most simple tour I've done since probably Station to Station.
If you are in fact saying goodbye to these greatest hits, might you be saying goodbye to the greatest hits audience? And will you miss a crowd that big?
No. Yes. Yes to the first question, no to the second.
You do feel more comfortable playing to a smaller crowd?
I feel a lot more comfortable with certain kinds of work. Yeah. There's also a kind of a euphoric quality, which I'm sure I'm going to miss as well, when a lot of people are all singing a song that one wrote. I mean, that is just an absolute... It's a fantastic sensation to do a cha-cha-cha-cha change, yes, and like all these voices are coming back at you. That's extraordinary. I'm sure I'll miss that.
All right.
He said, looking at you.